Hi guys and welcome to my channel. I borrowed this pipe wrench from my neighbor last summer to fix my car. But I kinda forgot about it and left it outside in the rain and in the sun, and it got a bit rusty. So I have to do something to it before I give it back. First, let's take it apart. It's a simple design, just 4 parts. We have to fix this part first because it's crooked and it doesn't fit well into this other part. Nothing we can't fix with a good old hammer. Now it looks pretty straight. Perfect. Let's now take the rust away with some vinegar.
And lid on. Let's just wait a couple of hours.
Okay, so it's been overnight. Now let's brush away the remaining rust. It seems vinegar did a pretty good job. Then some baking soda and water to stop the reaction. And wipe them clean. I guess I'm gonna leave this part as it is because I love the rough texture. This one I'm gonna try a mirror finish. And these two, I'm just gonna brush them for nice satin. I'm gonna flatten this part first, so I mark it with a Sharpie. When the Sharpie is all gone, this means this part is flat. Then get into all the nuts and crannies with a Dremel tool. Now is the time to take all those scratches away with progressively finer grit, starting with 180 on the Dremel. Then 220. Then hand sanding 500, 800, 1200, 1500 and 3000. Polishing time. I have this brown compound that I use on my Dremel wheel. I really wish I had a bigger wheel because this will be a very slow and tedious process. It's starting to get shiny. Now for the hand polishing. I use this 3M automotive compound that actually does a pretty good job. Now all the parts are ready for nickel plating. This is a 5-volt power supply that I took from an electric screwdriver. Just cut off the plug and strip the wires. Any 5-volt power supply should work, but depending on its power output, it takes longer or shorter time to plate. Now let's find which lead is the positive and which one is the negative. Negative voltage means that the negative lead is on the red probe. I'm gonna mark it with a knot. Vinegar, salt, and some nickel sheet is what we need for the electrolyte. I'll just cut the nickel into strips and form the anode and the cathode. First the vinegar, then the salt, and mix well to increase the conductivity. Attach the anode and the cathode. Plug the power supply in and wait. It's been 2 days and our electrolyte finally turned green. The anode is almost gone, as you see. Now we have to filter everything and clean the container. We can use this electrolyte for as many platings as we want. Finally, let's start plating. I put some nice alligator clips on the wires and made a new nickel strip for the anode. And our part goes on the cathode. Plug the power supply in and bubbles are starting to form. We should keep rotating our part for an even coat, because nickel goes from the anode to the cathode on the shortest path. Nice. The same goes for the second part. I increased the speed of the video, but in reality you have to wait a little for the bubbles to start forming. The process takes about 5 to 10 minutes per part. These two larger parts take a bit longer because there's a lot of rotating to do to get that nickel everywhere and form a consistent surface. Well, that's an interesting texture. I like it. And now the final part. This is the trickiest one. There's a lot of moving and rotating, and we have to be very careful to coat it evenly. And this is the result. It's time for the final assembly. Done.